Hello, monsters abound here, and welcome back to the second part of my Stellaris campaign with the Albion Commonwealth. Now, it should be said this has been recorded and edited in such a way as to sort of skip over what I see as the boring bits of Stellaris. So basically, I just want to show you the interesting bits. Now, all of these sort of like edits are put together in time-ordered fashion. So it does tell a story as we go through, but we will jump from interesting point to interesting point. I tried to put some cinematic shots in where appropriate, all that kind of good stuff. So we will be jumping around a bit, but it is in chronological order. Last time we set off into deep space. Oh, it was exciting. We had the science ships, the what they called Science McScience Face. There we go, the Cedarwood, and of course the White Bear. We did have the Stork, but unfortunately, was it Rosie, Diane, something like that? She died mostly through poor life choices, but also mostly because she ran into pirates and they killed her. But that's fine. We've also met someone else up here. We don't know who they are. They're Kappa aliens so far. And we found a gateway. It's not an L gate though. It's just a normal gateway. We haven't yet found an L gate, and I really do want to find one. So it'd be nice if we ran into one. And we're heading into the Forbidden Nebula. We don't know why it's forbidden, but we're going to go in there anyway. So that should be fine. And so far, so good. Although I do need more minerals. So it looks like we have found a natural wormhole. Still not an L-gate. We have detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomena on the edge of the Yon system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, creating a wormhole. That, our scientists speculate, may provide us conduit through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessel foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds. If only it could be stabilised somehow. Indeed. Oh, hello. After successfully translating their language, we have established communication with the Midari Horde. Diplomatic channels are now open and all hostilities have been terminated. Okay, apparently we've met Twitter, and they're a hive mind and a devouring swarm. I mean, it's pretty accurate. We sense the presence of prey. Prey knows that we are your hunters. The biomass of the human species will fuel the growth of the Midari Horde. Struggle if you must, it will not change the outcome. Yep, Anna Watson speaks on the behalf of the Commonwealth. Okay, Twitter is... Okay, we've got Twitter. Okay. The news that we've encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has been received with mixed feelings by a populace, I can imagine. And this confirms that what we have long held suspected, we are not alone in the galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. These particular xenos have a level of technology similar to our own, indicating that we achieve spaceflight at roughly the same time. This changes everything. Okay, these are these rights. Okay, yeah. Ideally, we'd take this Wildor. I don't know if we could. I need a. Yeah, there are. So these guys are a devouring swarm, which means they So a devouring swarms have a single-minded devotion to self-propagation and view all other forms of life as prey to be consumed. They are not amenable to diplomacy in any form. Basically, they're tyrannids. They're tyrannids. They're going to eat us. Fortunately, they're about the same tech level as us, equivalent. Their fleet power is superior. That's and they've got yeah, they don't like us. So we need right. We need more influence, and we also need more minerals for defenses. Yeah. So that wormhole was in the Yon system, just down here, and I don't know where that leads to yet. We eventually we'll get the tech to be actually explore it, and then we can send a science ship through, and at that point we'll find out where it goes. But obviously that connects to the other end. So wherever that wormhole goes, if it leads into an enemy empire, a hostile force, something like that, then obviously they can come through it. So we might need defenses at Yon, assuming we expand that far, and there's nothing else. I mean, we haven't spotted anyone else around here, so I'm hoping, because obviously we've got Twitter to our north, we've got some pirates to our east, so I'm hoping that sort of the southeast is where we can expand to. So we'll take a look at Parliament now. We've been building Parliament up. I need to clear out some of these tiles, some of these industrial wastelands and clear them out. But our population's growing, which is good. I do need to get a colony ship up. That's probably my next objective. I'm just going to upgrade. I don't know if it's worth... Yeah, it's always worth upgrading. I imagine some people will probably say, no, don't upgrade until later. But fuck it, I like upgrading shit. So I'm going to upgrade shit. Apparently, Mohammed Pool has learned a new skill. He's got expertise field manipulation. That's... I mean, it's not that useful for travelling around and exploring stars, but whatever makes you happy, buddy. So we've picked up administrative AI, so more research speed. That's going to be quite... Nadia, what do I want? Do I want more energy? Do I want fusion reactors? Basic combat roles, colony development time. I think I might go for... I mean, the energy grid is 10% more energy credits, which is... It's nice, but... Fusion reactors. I don't think I need fusion reactors at the moment. It will lead on to additional tech, but I think... Okay, let's go fusion power. Nuclear fusion processes generate a great amount of power for ships, but without many of the risks associated with fission power. There we go. Apparently, lost in space. The signal we intercepted was a distress call from a ship in orbit around Ashar 2. The ship is not giving us any heat signatures and seems to be drifting. A special project has been issued to investigate what has happened to the crew. I mean, I really could use the influence at this point in time. But, I mean, it's a derelict ship. What can possibly go wrong with investigating a derelict ship? Literally nothing could go wrong with that. I don't think any books or any films have ever had any issue with anyone investigating a derelict ship. It's always gone absolutely fine. So, yes, make it so.
The special project has concluded.
The crew of the ship has been found dead. What is more disturbing is they appear to have been killed by some highly advanced brain parasites, which infested them and drove them mad. Thanks to our science officer Caleb Turning's findings, we were able to protect our own crew from being infected. That's good. Some sciencey research. I guess that's fine. Can't go wrong. Sure. Better than being killed by brain parasites, I guess.
Evasive maneuvers.
Apparently we found something. Kind of some form of alien vessels in the Great Wound system. These strange objects can be flagged as Xi aliens. Until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. Interesting. So these are void thingies, and they're quite strong at 6. There's 3 fleets of 6k. So that's, and yeah, they've been calling it the Great Wound is pretty. What the hell happened here? It's a load of black holes. It's like someone divided by 0 didn't like the answer they got, and so just kept trying. I actually knew someone at work like that. But we're going to have to look at that a bit later, because there's no way in hell we can deal with that right now. We'll get round to it though. Edic Monolithic. Trebur 1A is uninhabited and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs carved from some mineral not native to the planet, evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monolith's flowing lies deftly chart a history so fantastical it must surely be fictional. Surely. We can image them for the archives, or they are beautiful. Just image them for the archives, I guess. Just a bunch of stuff. We've picked up mineral processing, so that's the mineral processing plants. So that's going to give us, it produces 2 minerals and also increases the minerals by 10% on the planet. And we also get a nebula refinery, so a space station in a nebula can generate 5 minerals for 2 upkeep. So that's not too bad. And we're going to then Jean, I think. Engineering facility, yeah. Garanthium ore. Now we do have some of that, and that's going to increase our armor hit points by 20%. So let's go with that so we can start mining it. Let's do that. Establishing successful Garanthium quarries poses unique challenges, as the malleable qualities of the ore make it also as difficult to mine as it is attractive. Huh. Now unfortunately the cedarwood can get no further than the Wathia system, because obviously Twitter don't want us wandering around their space because they're you know, lunatics. So I guess we're just going to send him back to do some research. So, Layla, mind you, you have more anomaly discovery chance, don't you? Okay, what I might do then, is, who do we have? White Bear. I'm going to send you to research all these anomalies and shit that we've got littered around here. And then we're sending the Cedarwood to actually go and do some, you know, stuff. Because there's more chance of Layla picking up anomalies, whereas... What's his face? Where are we? Yeah, well, the White Bear, Caleb's just going to live slightly longer. So, he's not going to find anything. Gigantic skeleton. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Traber 2 has been identified as a massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Traber 2 could have supported life on that scale at any point in the planet's history. Science officer Mohammed Poole has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery. Fascinating. We've picked up the heritage sites, so that's quite nice. That's going to give us more unity, which what I'm thinking is if I can get supremacy, I think that might pop the glory initiative into giving me some influence, which I do kind of need at the moment. So we're going to go for, I guess, biolabs, biodiversity studies. Studying the different forms of life that appear on our world helps us better understand ourselves and the life that surrounds us. Sure. Henry, get on that. Uh-oh, the lawless Oblion system has become a safe haven for an increasing number of pirate smugglers and various other criminal elements. These outlaws are based beyond the current boundaries of civilized space, but they frequently venture into our systems in search of victims. They must be dealt with. So they're in the Oblion system, just right next, yeah, exactly, right next to these pirates. Yeah, we're going to send the home fleet to go and deal with that. Looks like they'll be heading for the Bradham system. As per bloody usual, poor Bradham. Never gets any... Doesn't get a rest, does it? We've detected hostiles in the Bradham system, and they're actually a little bit stronger than the Dread Fiends. God, these guys do not... They're not very imaginative with their names, are they? They are slightly stronger than us, but I reckon if we can lure them into hitting Bradham at the same time, Bradham Station, we should be able to take them. However, while we're dealing with pirates, we've apparently got some ransomeers. Emergency buoy. An emergency transmission buoy floats in gentle orbit around Orem 3A. Its outer casing is heavily damaged, seemingly by glancing weapon fire or a powerful explosion. It might be a human model for a civilian ship designed to be ejected as an emergency measure should the comm system fail. But the extent of the damage makes it impossible to know for certain. It is repeating a weak, distorted signal. Clean up the transmission while we hunt these pirates down.
Our sign ship is under fire.
Unfortunately, the pirate fleet gave us the slip at Bradham and managed to reach the Lambda Serpentis system and started attacking the Lambda Serpentis station. Now the fleet is a lot stronger than the station, but home fleet was on its way to lend support. And sure enough, as soon as home fleet arrived, the battle started to turn, although it was still pretty much in the balance, but with the support from the Lambda Serpentis outpost, Admiral Khan eventually managed to get the upper hand on the pirates and send them scurrying back to the hole they crawled out of. Okay, fortunately we won the battle, but it was a little bit closer than last time. A couple of our ships had to jump out, but we didn't lose anyone. But some of them are quite badly damaged, so we're going to send them back to repair at Plymouth Dock. And Lambda Serpentis station is absolutely fine. It'll heal up, no problem. It lost over half its armour, but its hull points were fine. Its shields went down though, but the station will start repairing in about a month. And that'll be all fine. And we got a tradition as well while we were at it. Now, I think I'm going to go Supremacy, because I want to see if I can cheer up the Glory Initiative enough to start giving me more influence. So we're going to grab that and see if that has any effect on how much they love me. Okay, it has gone up to 52%.
Construction completed.
But they're still not giving me any influence. Dicks. But fighting off those pirates they've left some tech behind. They've got autocannons, afterburners, gravitic sensors, ion thrusters, and fusion reactor. So we definitely want to see if we can grab that. The cedarwood is over there. You're repairing, aren't you? Oh, you'll be fine. Go and research the projects in that system, because I want that debris, and it won't be around forever. Okay, with the home fleet fully repaired, we're going to go for the Albion system and try and destroy that space station before they throw out any more pirate fleets at us, which they will eventually do.
Interstellar debris analysed.
So we picked up that pirate debris, so it's given us some autocannons, afterburners, sensors, thrusters, fusion power, and then some physics and engineering research. Any tech that we get sort of progress towards will be available for continued research. So it will be on top of the random techs we get once we've finished our existing research. So it's quite nice to be able to pick up that debris, because basically you can then research the techs that you're fighting against. So I've been doing that. The science ships have been busy. We've got another wormhole in the Europe system over here, and also a tropical world, which is a size 24, so that's maximum size tropical world. So we definitely want to see if we can grab that one. It's not something, it's not our preferred habitability, but I think we can colonize it, because it's a wet world. So I think it'll be 60% habitability, which isn't great, but you know, it'll pass. The HMS White Bear reports that their sensors detected a strange energy signature moments before they had collided with a small entity. Closer inspection reveals that it's a probe of human make and was transmitting nothing but static, or at least nothing that can be discerned. It is only scrap now. How odd. And we have found the pirate station in the Albion system. It's not going to be too tricky to take out, and it'll give us some energy and minerals once it's destroyed. We picked up fusion reactors, and we could, so you can see we've got the gravitic sensors. We could pick up those. I'm kind of tempted to get the blue lasers. It does more armor damage, less shield damage, but would be an upgrade. Energy though, I do need, yeah, I think I'm going to go for power plants. It's also going to increase our energy storage capacity. So field modulation, modulating fields allow for increased production and improved energy yields. That makes sense, I guess. Sure, go with that.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
In gentle orbit around the massive D9354F floats a portable databank scooped up by the HMS White Bear. It is found to contain text in some alien language. The vocabulary is not wholly unfamiliar, but the syntax is disconcertingly complex. Science Officer Caleb Turner recommends a more thorough study to decipher the text contents and origins. Analyse it on Parliament. And we have got Garanthium ore, so we can now mine that. So we can build a mining station in Sidor. So that's nice. And I'm sort of tempted to get the coil gun, because I feel like our ships need to be more powerful. And better coil guns. More guns. That's what we're talking about. Coil guns are more powerful versions of the early mass drivers, using electromagnetic coils to rapidly accelerate projectiles towards targets. Sounds good. Get that. Mummified pilot. The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species has been found drifting in high orbit over Ilthazar. The being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit complete with a helmet and may be a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle only to be forgotten and left behind. Our studies of the corpse have proved some interesting data. A tragic fate. Your planetary sensors are picking up extremely high radiation readings in low orbit of Parliament. Before you can even guess at the cause, a large explosion rips through a large swath of colonised area, obliterating any people and buildings. Where did that come from? What the tits? Well, technically it wasn't colonised, but I mean, no one important was there. I don't think, anyway. I guess we'll clear it up. It's a bit weird.
System survey conclude.
So I'm going to colonise Zarmatron 3, which is the smaller of the continental worlds that we found, because the other one's got an anomaly on it which I need to research. But in the meantime, we'll just grab this. Oh, the other one's also bleak. So... So, we get more minerals and energy from tiles adjacent to the colony hub, so I guess we'll pop it here. Yeah, let's pop it there. We'll call it Ipswich. No, no one deserves that. Scarborough? No. Pavilion? Walter's Refuge. Don't care about Walter. Wolverhampton. There we go. It can be Wolverhampton. Toy Factory. There are structures on Gatria 3, although most are less than ruins and more akin to rubble. The HMS Cedarwood's initial pass over the planet reveals only one building that could be considered intact, seemingly spared whatever calamity robbed Gatria 3 of its buildings and builders alike. This is the source of the noise. Not only is the building intact, reports Science Officer Dana Mills, but it is active. It is a production facility of some sort, turning plasticine polymers into mute objects of uncertain and possibly ornamental purpose. The raw materials and end product are largely uninteresting to the Albion Commonwealth, but we could doubtless stand to learn something from the automated manufacturing process itself. Perhaps we just establish a foothold and observe. Where is that? Okay. So that's quite nice. So we probably want to grab that. I don't know how weird and creepy Alien Toy Factory would actually be. Probably quite creepy, and in fact there's not... There's quite a lot of tile blockers on this planet. There's only 4 tiles that aren't blocked, so that's going to be fun. Simultaneously, every sensor in your empire detects an extremely large energy anomaly located just above your capital. Just as quickly as it appears, it dissipates with no visible effect. Yeah, that's not worrying then. Quite strange. So we picked up 2 bits of research. We have got the biolab, so that's nice, and we're going to get genome mapping, more population growth, or adaptive bureaucracy. Let's get adaptive bureaucracy. The progress we make calls for a new, nimbler form of administration that may aid rather than hinder us in our pursuits. Sure. And the power plant too. We're going to then grab... I think we're going to go for global energy management. So load balancing facilities can greatly improve the stability of local grids and feed excess power back into centralized capacitors. And we've completed our habitable world survey. Through our surveys of habitable worlds, our biologists have collected a vast amount of data on alien life forms. Many of our older theories on the development of life have been disproved, and our scientific community has had to build new models from scratch. Our most interesting findings are being displayed at the newly dedicated Museum of Xenobiology on Parliament. The public is enthralled, and many donations have come in to aid in the continuing research of strange life forms. Excellent. It's going to give us monies and society research. So we sent some probes out earlier on, and we found apparently one, a modified probe. Sensor sweeps from the HMS Cedarwood have revealed one of our sublight probes in the Pothyria system, but it seems to have been altered somehow. Modification of an alien origin have been attached to its hull, and the probe's energy signature is far greater than it should be. We're receiving a transmission from it. On screen? Are you the makers? Yes, we made you? Apparently either way it changes to hostile. Then you shall die. Okay, well that's fun. Where is it? No, where is it?
Evasive maneuvers.
Oh, there it is. Right, home fleet, go and deal with it. You're going to take a little while to get there. Okay, well, it's got a strength of 48, so I'm not that overly concerned. It's just going to be a little bit annoying to kill because it's blocking my science ships. Strange readings. A small portal has opened up in the sky above Parliament. Though we cannot see through it, it is providing an interesting arrangement of atoms, allowing for useful study. Excellent. Is it? Because last time it dropped a bomb on us. After months of complete cluelessness as to where these strange items will be coming from, your long-range scanners pick up that a strange anomaly has appeared near Parliament and that is launching out shards of ice at a rapid rate. What could it be? Okay, studying the anomaly is going to take 15 months, but it seems quite important considering it's just popped up over our capital. So I'm going to research it. I'm also going to research the prince. Yeah, that'll do. And do I want... I'm worried something bad's going to come through this rift. So I'm kind of tempted to keep the... It's going to take 15 months though. It's plenty of time for the fleet to go and deal with this angry probe, and then... God, it's an angry probe. Like, it wants to aggressively probe me. How do I feel about that? Confused and aroused. The Prince legible. The text, its title roughly translates to regional ruler, is written in a presumably ancient dialect of the ancient spoken tongue in the ... The text is doubtless some sort of historical impact to them and might contain valuable insights. Who is the proper owners? It is written in a of the tongue spoken in the... And then it doesn't say anything. I don't know who I'm returning it to. The only people I know... Alright, we'll return it to them. Okay. We understand that you have found the only surviving copy of The Prince, a text significant historical and cultural importance to our people. Who are apparently no one. We thought it was lost to a pirate raid years ago, but we are grateful to see it has found its way into civilized hands. When you return it to us, we will gladly transfer some energy credits for your trouble. Sure. Thanks, mystery person. I guess that's a bug.
A new world of opportunities awaits.
The first human colony. Our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the several continents that can be found on Wolverhampton. This temperate, forested region will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters are sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers, the first human city on an alien world. Apart from obviously the first one on Parliament, because we are from Earth. A great day for the Albion Commonwealth, indeed it is. And Wolverhampton is just setting up. It will be finished in 5 years? About 5, yeah, just under 5 years. The latest sensory readings from Diam show the star pulsating regularly, but when the crew on the HMS Cedarwood arrive on the site, there is no evidence to support this data. While most of the crew are in agreement the anomaly was caused by a sensor malfunction, Layla Mills discards this theory. Layla Mills claims to have discovered similar pulsating energy emission patterns elsewhere and now fears that something strange is happening to the galaxy stars. She has charted the course to the nearest effective star. We must get to the bottom to this, or it was a malfunction. I mean, if Layla thinks she's seeing pulsating stars, then it's sure, go nuts. So Layla thinks Kibin is also pulsating, so we're going to send her there to go and, you know, sort it out. So Home Fleet is on its way to deal with that aggressive probe. I'm going to be honest, despite its electrical thing, it didn't really put up much of a fight.
Forces.
Little remains of the strange alien modifications that our missing sublight probe had been subjected to, but we did manage to collect some valuable engineering data from the wreckage. Its memory bank has also been salvaged from it. We have extracted survey data of the entire Pytheria system. Excellent, if we hadn't already bleeding done it. After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Trabar 2, Science Officer Caleb Turner has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton. We assume these came from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, the organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Trabar 2. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone has substantially advanced our knowledge. Incredible.
The special project has concluded.
As your ships get closer, you can see the small tear floating in space. Your research tells you that it has been stabilised enough in orbit that you could send a probe through with a strong electrical charge to close it. You could also have it transmit audio on the chance someone finds it. A mathematical signal, a series of enjoyable songs, a lovely story, a war chant, a description of our species, nothing useful but attempt to track the probe, nothing, it's a waste of time. Let's send a mathematical... You know what, let's just try and track the probe. Surprisingly, as your probe goes through the tear, it emits a series of pulses similar to the ones that can be found within natural wormholes. We can use this knowledge to learn the secrets of these bypasses. Knowledge is power. Huh, we've learned about wormholes. That's nice. And we can send the white bear to go and... Oh, we can't do that. Okay, go over there and then go over there. There's pirates in Wildor, unfortunately. I'm hoping that Twitter will go and deal with them. But I might need to send someone on passive just to have a look. So we've picked up coil guns. I'm going to go with... Do I want autocannons? That's quite tech expensive though, isn't it? Ion thrusters? I'm going to go for ion thrusters, I think. Let's go with that. 43 months. That's fine. We'll go with that. Apparently, communications established with an Artesian troop. Received transmission from the independent space station of the Artesian troop. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Interesting. Hello, a visitor. This is a joyous occasion indeed. Oh, forgive my manners. I believe introductions are in order. We are the Artesian troop. Our members have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of art, music, culture, and all things which make existence bearable to sapient beings. Please, if you would like us to share the wonders of our creations, do not hesitate to contact us. Interesting. And where are they? Down here? Ah, yes, there they are, with another habitat, which we could potentially grab. That could be an option. And they're down there. So these are an independent aliens who you can contact. You can commission. And there's 3 different types. There's a sort of an economic one, sort of a trader. There's sort of a researchy one, and then there's these guys who are the Artesians. And we can commission art pieces. We can become their patrons. That gives us more sort of the unity. And we can organise a festival that increases happiness across your empire, all that kind of good stuff. And if we build a space station in Cordit, then we can actually get more unity from actually building it there. So we should probably... I mean, we're going to head in this direction anyway, because it looks like there's a few good systems here and some wormholes that we probably should control. And also other ways are blocked anyway, so may as well. Sensor malfunction. On the crew's arrival to the Kibin, they were able to confirm their sensors were indeed malfunctioning. The good news is that not only were the initial estimates for the star's energy output grossly understated, but Layla Mills seems to have learned something from past mistakes. Failure is but a stepping stone to success. So Layla Mills now gets a particular trait and gains 200 experience, and Kibin now gives us a lot of energy. The Cybrex. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Ferrathon 1A. Incredibly, this civilization, which appeared to refer to itself as the Cyberx, seems to have been made up of machines that were linked together in some sort of collective consciousness. The age of the artifacts indicate they were active some 600,000 years ago in this portion of the galaxy at least, but we have learned nothing of their exact origins. According to a partial data fragment that our scientists managed to extract from one of the artifacts, the Cyberx at some point launched a crusade to destroy all sapient organic life in the galaxy for reasons unknown. Interesting. The Antheri civilization encounter. We have detected the presence of an alien civilization on that place in the Fetheron system. They appear to be the early space age, as evidenced by the many primitive satellites orbiting their homeworld. Their nation states are on a path towards joining together into a global government. It is likely only a matter of time before they venture beyond their world and join the galactic community. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. Interesting. So these guys over here, they're apparently xenophobes. So that's not ideal. And materialist. And they've got a big world. I mean, they may kill themselves. That's the only thing. The only space age, they do tend to have a chance to sort of blow themselves to kingdom come with the world war. So, you know, that's the thing. There's also an ocean world, and they're also blocking our path further. So, should they actually reach space, they will become their own empire and block us off. At that point, we might have to deal with them. But ideally, we'll make friends with them and sort of, you know, bring them round to our way of thinking, which is aliens are not a bad thing. So that box we found that had some smells in it, the box is indeed a document of a sort. Science officer Caleb Turner admits that they have been hoping for a historical record or some kind of codex significant to whatever culture left it behind, but they were disappointed. The true nature of the aromatic box seems to be a collection of fairly short narratives which, going by the rapid changes in odour towards the end of each sequence, are intended to surprise or be interpreted as comedic. The techniques used to store and produce specific smells is of some interest, but the tales it tells are not. The crew of the HMS White Bear are left with the uncomfortable feeling that they have unwittingly become intimately familiar with what certain gaseous byproducts of alien digestion smells like. However, Caleb Turner is unwilling to speculate as to why the box was dumped on this frozen hellscape of a planet. Interesting.
Research concluded.
So we picked up adaptive bureaucracy, so that's going to give us more leader pool size and empire leader capacity. And next we're going to go, I could go with more population growth speed or tile blockers. I felt a biological path. Let's go genome mapping. Mapping the genomes of an individual through the sequence of their DNA opens up for tailoring medical treatments and therapies. Yep, and obviously making people, you know, screw faster. Maybe faster? Better? I don't... whatever. A colossal space battle occurred in high orbit of Fetheron 2 some 600,000 years ago, with the ships from at least 5 different fleets participating. One of the fleets belonged to Cyberx, although the vast majority of orbital debris seems to come from other participants. Remarkable. And we picked up global energy management. That's very nice. And I think we're going to go... so we could go for wormhole travel, but that's going to take a long time. So I'm going to instead go for... I'm going to go for the physics lab, I think. Let's get that. So we finally colonised Wolverhampton. That's nice. Doesn't Wolverhampton look nice? Not like the real Wolverhampton. I've never been to Wolverhampton, I'll be honest. I guess let's get the mining network up there, seeing as that's where we're going to start off. We do have some food there, so we may as well pop a food building there eventually. Once we, I think it's 5 pops, then we can upgrade the reassembled ship shelter into a proper colony core, and then we can sort of upgrade our buildings. But for the moment, it's just going to be slowly growing. We might get some migration from Parliament potentially, but I think everyone's fairly happy here. So the Midori Horde have been expanding. We've managed to capture Wildor. That's it's good. It's a nice little planet, actually. If we can terraform that, then that'll be quite nice. It could also be used to defend ourselves from the Twitter Horde. Relevant life forms, you'll be consumed. Yeah. Okay. I mean, considering you're never going to like us, I might as well declare a rivalry, and that's going to give us slightly more influence. Boom. Thank you very much. That's a rivalry with Twitter. It's going to go down well.
Construction completed.
And that's actually impressed the Glory Initiative a little bit, but not enough. They want 2 neighbours. Well, come on, guys. I'm not going to be... Jeez, these guys are really hard to please. Wreckage identified. Our crew aboard the HMS Science McScience face reports that the Veracruz black hole shipwreck appears to have been the result of an unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. The supply ship suffered a complete loss of life support systems and sustained inoperable damage, drifting until it entered a Veracruz black hole gravity well. There are no survivors. The ship's cargo hold does contain some notable amount of minerals. However, the captain of the HMS Science McScience cautions that the construction indicates Twitter design. It is highly likely that the minerals belonging to the Twitter horde, and they may be displeased should we lay claim to them. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're ever going to be friends, so screw Twitter. We've encountered the Sizran, yeah, that guy. We've detected the presence of a primitive alien civilization on Shasula 3 in the Shasula system. They appear to be the later stages of the Bronze Age and have mastered early metalworking. Although most of the population is rural, several large city-states have formed. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. Interesting. Other orcs. On a tomb world. Apparently a tomb world orcs. They are intelligent, talented, charismatic, quarrelsome, and solitary. And they're spiritualist, militarist, egalitarians. I mean, that's fairly close to us. We might be able to make friends with them. They live on a tomb world as well, so they have tomb world preference, which means they basically have they like tomb worlds and have pretty much mediocre preference for everywhere else. So, I mean, I guess if you can live in a tomb world, then it's not too bad. Interesting. Okay, and there's the Shirley system. The Shirley system. Yep, that one. Interesting. So 2 things just happened. So in the Shirley system, the primitives eking out an existence on the ashy plains of Shaula 4 are remarkably similar to the ones discovered on another tomb world in the same system. Interesting. And we've also found the Pyron civilization. Presence of so these are the aliens on the system that Layla Mills has just discovered. Okay, sure. Research. Let's have a quick look. So where are they? Okay, that's them. These guys are strong, charismatic, resilient, and quarrelsome. So what are they? They Pyron. And the Siren. I wonder if they were like in the same system and nuked each other back to the Stone Age. Is that what they did? I bet that's what they did. That's probably what they did. Okay, good. Well, Layla's going to find out for sure, so that's good. Oh, Twitter's back. Apparently they've come to complain about the whole supply ship thing. Saying thermal damage on the route to Twitter and drifted into the Commonwealth space and was there from blah 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 blah. Supply ship? What supply ship? I don't know any of any supply ship that may have been looted by us. And we've got another tradition. I think we're going to go for faith in science. Let's see if we can finish off discovery. I mean, I was hoping that getting supremacy would cheer up the Glory Initiative, but apparently they're grumpy buggers, so we're just going to get faith in science. Screw 'em. Old foes. Through the clandestine procurement of some of the primitives' remains, Science Officer Layla Mills has made an intriguing discovery. The aliens on Shirley 4 and Shirley 3 are in fact recently diverged species from the same origin. By scanning the ruins left behind on both planets, the HMS Cedarwood crew have concluded that both species originated on Shirley 3, where they flourished into an early space-age civilization. Sometime after colonizing Shirley 4, the society fractured and an interplanetary nuclear war broke out between the new colony and its home planet. In the ensuing cataclysm, both planets were ravaged by fallout, and the nuclear winter that followed on its heels plunged the inhabitants back into the Bronze Age. Unfortunate. Makes sense. So we've got genome mapping. That's very nice. Naval capacity. I think we're going to go. Okay, yeah. Let's get fleet support. The next As extrasolar expeditions to become more common, it is important to provide planet-side relief for returning fleets. Yep, more naval capacity can only be a good thing. It's going to take 70 months, though. Quite a long time.
Construction completed to the universe.
And we picked up Physics Lab 1, Quantum Theory. I do love a bit of quantum theory. We should probably... shields would be nice. Let's get the sensors, because we've already got some towards it. It's fairly, comparatively cheap, I guess. So we'll go over that one. Still 59 months. So we picked up Iron Thruster, and we're now... Oh, do I want destroyers? What would be autocannons? Autocannons are bad against armor, good against hull and shields. Let's go all... I want autocannons. Let's have a quick look at the ship design. So the Kilmanahan currently it's got a couple of coil guns, it's got a small red laser, it's got improved deflectors, small ceramo metal armor, it's got a fusion reactor, hyperdrive 1, it's got the ion thrusters now, so that's more speed. It's 25% increase of speed and chance to invade +5. Radar sensors and basic combat computers. And we are the home fleet is currently 10 ships. Although we could upgrade it. Let's upgrade it. Let's do that. So we've managed to sort of fill out most of the space around Albion and all the way up to Twitter. And we've just had a new faction founded, Institute of Advanced Sciences. Now these guys, they should be more sort of on our side, surely? Surely they should be. 57%. No, that's those guys. Bleeding Edge. Yes. Science Without Borders. They want research. Well, we can't research treaty with Twitter. They hate us. And Tradition of Discovery, which we've got. But we're still not getting any sodding influence. Ugh. Lost to bureaucracy due to a major clerical error. Parts of Wolverhampton have fallen behind in infrastructure maintenance and accommodation services. The people live in rather bleak conditions and will not tolerate it for long. Remedy this problems will cost us time and effort. Unfortunate. Gains, sprawling slums and industrial... Bloody hell, there's not many people living there. Right. Let's just go unfortunate and I'll sort out Wolverhampton. I mean, it's not that... It's like 100, 200 energy. I can fix that. Easy. Sorted. No problem. I mean, guys, it's not the real Wolverhampton. You don't have to fucking wreck the place, okay? Jesus. Calm down.
A new world of opportunities awaits.
So we've colonised Cardiff in Gatria. So that was the other continental world. It says Cardiff. That'll be ready in about 5 years. It is bleak. Like Cardiff. Actually, Cardiff is lovely. I've been there. So in Chiseleon, we found a deactivated automated shipyard, and the HMS Fort Durquesne has restored power to automated shipyard over Chiseleon 4A. The facility immediately resumed its interrupted construction order using what materials it had on hand to build 3 advanced raiders of an unknown design. Unfortunately, the ancient facility broke down completely afterwards and has been deemed beyond repair. We have sent crews to the new ships and commissioned them into our fleet. Excellent. So these new ships are... look like apparently pirate raiders. And they have small UV lasers, medium coil guns, they've got combat computers, I mean, they're not bad little ships. I mean, they'll probably die quite quickly, but you know what? That's probably alright, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. Just go back to Albion. We've also got technology, we've got the sensors, that's really nice. We could get the blue lasers. Yeah, let's get blue lasers. Let's do that. And with blue lasers on the way, we have run out of time for this episode. Lots happened. We met Twitter, who are not only single-minded, but want to brutally murder us. We also found primitive species who in ages past blew themselves up. And of course, the Great Wound. For when you think, no, one black hole just isn't enough. We found ourselves boxed into the north and east, And if our path is also blocked to the southeast, we could find that the wormholes we've discovered are our only chance for expansion. But what size of worm could make these holes? And should we be concerned that these potentially gigantic galactic superworms could devour us all? In this YouTuber's opinion, maybe. Thanks for watching.